right, and I am live. Good morning, everybody. The 24th, Friday, the 24th of August, 2019. Wow, only 7 more days till September. And good morning to all of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Coffee in hand today. It's going to be a blazer again. Good morning, Jen. How you feeling, sweetheart? Hope you're feeling good. I know you've been having, good morning, Cassidy. Good morning, Jacques Blue. I know you're having, been having some headaches. Hi, Monique. Nice to see you, sweetie. Things are just getting underway. Hopefully it'll be a little bit quieter on the construction site over here today. You never know. Good morning, Survivor. Penny Pincher. How are you? Good morning, Jeffrey. I'm always happy to be here. Good morning, Winky. Cindy Lopez, great to see you. And we got the whole all-star cast in here this morning. Stewie, how you doing? What's up, Stewie? Always nice to see Stewie. Stewie, I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to say something that's going to get me in trouble. Gotta give you time to hit that record button. Good morning, Mom. What is that? Memes? Good morning, Memes. Good morning, Kathy Rebuilds. How are you, sweetie? Good morning, Tomahawk. Got the whole crew. Got the whole A squad in here. What a night last night, huh? What a night. Talk about tweakers, graveyards, grave robbers. I never imagined in my life I'd see encounter a real life grave robber. Thank you, Monique. Thank you. Hey, Punky, how you doing? I'm doing well, Kathy. Thank you. Hey, first I want to give a shout out to D. He was streaming last night, co-streaming with me, and that's a lot of fun. And to have somebody such a great travel partner and chooching partner is quite a blessing. And somebody wrote me this morning, would you be able to do the streams that you do without being accompanied by somebody? And I think the answer would be no on that, because we're going to the non-traditional things in Las Vegas. And they're not going to be things that are on a tourist map. Tourists never go down Main Street past, say, the Plaza Hotel. And it's a whole nother world out there. And especially in summertime, people are really jacked up on the streets. Yeah, thank you, Monique. We have a good time. Tanya Z, how you doing? Good morning to you. But if you don't think I'm appreciative for having, hey Shamad, if you don't think I'm appreciative for having D along, he's a significant presence to have next to me. And he also has a very good personality for being able to roll with the situations, and I really like that. You know, being easygoing. But on his stream last night, this is a guy that doesn't have a lot in life. Okay, this is a guy that really, yeah, I think I've been there, Susan, good morning. This is a guy that really doesn't have a lot in life, and he doesn't stream a whole heck of a lot. And for him to, how you doing, Mel? For him to step up and take all the donations that he received last night and set them up for Vinny's family. It's not going to make a big difference in Vinny's life, but it does make a difference in Dee's life. This is a guy that really wants to. Hey KM, how you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you, the Queen of Toronto. Queenie, how are you? And I kept thinking last night, you know, what a nice gesture for him to do. Let's see, best wishes to your mom, Stewie. Good morning, Kay. His plans are looking great. Yeah, love Garden. He's a sweetie. I like him. Oda Bay, how you doing, honey? I got your message on there. Any news? I've not gotten any update on Vinny today. Hey, Mystic Angel. I haven't gotten any update. But it's one thing We know the chairman of the board, the Canadian Clipper, Norm F. He's been very blessed and enjoys a strong financial situation. Those people, probably $100 isn't going to make a huge big hoot and holler. But for Dee to step up and do that last night, I think was really awesome for me. Good morning. How are you? Did you use the AAA? See the? I'm not sure if I saw that, Brad. Good morning to you. I'm not sure if I saw that. Not sure. But he wants to get a van. He gets kind of a bad rap, drinking, smoking, doing stuff on the street, as we all do. They're street streamers. But he has a goal to get a van. He does pick up a lot of work, especially in Las Vegas. He signed up for a lot of services. Every single morning, he'll get a lot of offers for work. And I'm trying to think of how to put this. Traveling on a scooter is great, but when you're out there on the when you're out there, Kit Kat, hey, when you're out there, hey Kiwana, how you doing, babe? When you're out there on the open roads of the desert, it's 100, 110, 120 degrees and you're on a scooter. There's just no relief. And if you come to a city, you come to San Diego, a place like that, it's like, where am I going to stay down here? You know, hotels are prohibitively expensive. And if you have a scooter and you have a tent on the back, it's not like you can pitch a tent on the beach. So I got my fingers crossed for him that he's going to be able to pull that off. Thank you, Mel. He is searching Craigslist. He has a guy locally here that's looking at vans and things. But what a difference it makes to be able to take your van with you and to be able to boondoggle. So I think he realizes and knows he needs to do that. And even with that, yeah, bye, Melissa Marie. Even with that desire and that need to have even a minivan. And Dee's a big guy. I don't know how the minivan is going to work out. Good morning, Dagan. Thank you for the kindness last night. It'll be a big help for him if he chooses to pursue that. But it was a nice gesture of his last night, and I think he raised something on the order of $100 or something like that, which for our streams is really quite good. You know? So I got to see what Kit Kat said. Hold on. So will Elbow be allowed to crappie anywhere on the Rancho property? This is not a follow-up of crapping when he feels. I don't know. God Almighty. You know, we do have, good morning, Howie. Leaving tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
You know, I'm always here 3 or 4 times a year. I love it down here, so.
Good.
All right, looking good. Wow. I got to join the maid corps down here. Buenos dias, Belinda. You're always going to have sound problems here because I've got this construction site over here. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that, honey. Look, the Rancho's got working plumbing. Okay, if you go back and look at my videos, 2017, I finally had the guy to come out after 18 months of waiting on a permit. I finally got the okay from the city of Santa Rosa to tie in the plumbing in the Shine Shack, the sewer line and water lines onto the city service. I don't know, I haven't seen any hot construction workers. Morning. Nicole, how you doing, babe? I haven't seen any hot construction. Great stream. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your kind comments. Now, there will be a toilet plunger provided if and only if there's a major blockage on that Rancho and you do a 24-carat dump, brother. It's up to you to get on the phone with Economy Plumbing and get that thing taken care of, okay? I don't even know what's going to be happening coming up, Kit Kat. Yeah, my choo-choo partner's a pretty good-looking guy, isn't he, out there? Huh? Pretty nice-looking guy. So, as far as Elvis coming to the Rancho, I don't have any target date for anything like that. The big issue is now, got the money in hand. Is that Debbie Lynn? Debbie Lynn, how you doing, honey? Nice to see you. Hey, J Money. I see a lot of my mods in here, and I'll say once again, just quickly, if you want to participate and tip out your mod day for August, I'll be doing that in a couple days, distributing that. Just send me an email, and icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. And not all my mods participate, and I keep everything confidential. Yes, he got his money, yet he's not raced back to get his teeth done. I think there's a fear factor there, Kitten Cat. I think the fear factors, we're coming up to the hottest time of year there. He's up at very high altitude, and the thought of being down in Algodones and Yuma without air conditioning and knowing that it's going to be 3 or 4 days of work is going to be a physically trying experience. Especially if you've worn out your welcome in McDonald's and places like that, you got to find a place to escape the heat. So there's really no choice. If he was to say, make a decision, well, I'm just going to have to take the money that I have. Hey, BRW. If he says, I'm just going to take the money I have, and I'm not going to get my teeth done, and I'll try to work something out later. Yeah, I would be really disappointed. I would be really disappointed because these, you've already driven 1,200, 1,500 miles to get there, and now you've backed up to Preston's, which I can understand. I can certainly sympathize with not hanging around Algodones, but you're going to have to make the journey down to the heat. You're going to have to get it done. Tooth decay, tooth problems, they don't get better with age. They affect your heart. As I said before, they're having oh no, I'm sorry, Jill. They're finding a connection now between Alzheimer's and tooth problems, tooth decay. Or dental hygiene. It also affects your heart. You can have heart disease because of the location with the very highest blood flow. You can get blood poisoning and all that. So, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I tell him, you've got to get this thing done. Yeah, if it's too cast their brain, it gets out of control. How you doing, Jessica Jennifer? Yeah, I got a root canal. I'm hoping for dementia so I can... Damn Kit Kat. Anyway, every day sitting around stalling is a day that money has to be spent for food, and it's a waste of time. Yeah, there's not much I can do about it. So... I hope it doesn't come to that point, because I think that's a point that Marshall's hit before, where he's had the money in hand and then thought, well, probably does a calculation, I need $20 a day to live on or something, so I'll probably just skip the teeth as long as they're not hurting. They caught a tweaker here sleeping in the back of the maintenance area here this morning behind the big gate. I don't know. Cheers. Hey, Charles. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Right? Who's being euthanized? How you doing, Sweet Pineapple Fam? Nice to see you. I'd like to see him make sure to get that work done, so I'm going to encourage him to do that. No, I'm not. I do care, though, about everybody. And I know what the heat's like. I've been dealing with it all summer long. A sleeping tweaker. I don't know, he was over here. He was taking, I'll show you this gate over here. See if I can flip that around. See that gate there? He was back there. He was pulling all the pipes off of the rack there, and just taking them off and putting them back on and taking them off, putting them on, taking them off, putting them on, and finally the manager came. And they're very nice here. Oh, thank you, Quinny. You're very sweet. Thank you, honey. I have a lot of, I got a lot of give to me. Some people would say, oh, you got no pride or whatever, but I'm not. I'm city born and raised. Things don't bother me. When stuff is life-threatening, I mean, I don't care what people talk about on YouTube. I don't care about any of that stuff. So, my little girls have hot-looking teachers. Good Lord, Stewie. Now you'll be able to attend those teacher conferences and have something to look forward to. Yeah, the motel place has jobs listed like crazy. You should apply and work when you're there in the daytime. Yeah, I probably should. I probably should. Thank you, Jay Money. I appreciate it. I mean, what would you do? It's not, yeah, I have the soft spot for the broken women. It's not so easy for me to, I mean, I've dealt with the heat. No air conditioning in my van. Chicago, Detroit, high humidity, 100-degree days. And now we're down here with really serious heat in the desert. And it ain't no joke. Yeah, I like the bad news. I got no class. You guys know that. Just look at the people that comment about it on other chats and stuff. But I do have a heart. And last night, when you go around a graveyard, like I did, what I call the graveyard of lights over there, and you see all those people, babies, people dead of gang violence, car accidents. It kind of always puts in perspective life for me. I stand there and I look at some of those graves and I think how fragile life is. A 12-year-old girl riding her bike out on the street gets plowed over. You know, a 9-month-old baby dies. I mean, it's like, how can your conscience not get the better of you when you see that? It's easy to swing the hammer at people, but it's, I don't know. How you doing, Tisme? Good to see you too. Terminal reminds me every day, yeah, if you ever come to Arizona, you are welcome at our home. Oh, isn't that great? Sedonia is supposed to be beautiful. Bienvenidos a mi casa. Thank you very much. Welcome to my casa. Yeah, Monique, I'm stupid too. Anyway, we're going to see what happens in the next couple days. I'm going to be heading back to the Rancho tomorrow. But I want to talk about, before I get to travel plans, I want to talk about never in my lifetime. And I've been around for 61 years. And I've been in graveyards for years. You can send your email to icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. Yeah, 61. Woo! Yeah, I'm a serial killer anyway. Never in my life did I think that I would see the sight that I saw that night in that graveyard. Now, you got to understand. You guys got to understand. You got families that go into these graveyards. And I've noticed especially Latino families, Mexican families, Portuguese, they're very big on visitations and going to the cemetery. You'll see, like the night before when we were passing by the cemetery, there was a family that was having a birthday celebration for that little 12-year-old girl that got hit by a car. And you can see all the balloons out there, the mylar balloons. And families leave food. And in the case of young men that die, you can see they leave beer. They might leave a motorcycle, mini motorcycle model, favorite food thing. And what happens is some of these tweakers hop the fence and they steal all that beer. And last night though, I saw something that was a new low. He and I did. Hit a new low. I never in my lifetime thought I would take somebody or see somebody physically have a shovel and at midnight start digging up in a graveyard. Okay? Digging with a shovel, 5-foot shovel, and digging over top of a grave. And not just a grave of a very young child. And you got to think to yourself, what the hell? What the hell? I told Dee as I made my way over the person, they kind of backed up. Probably hear the guy grumbling and mumbling on the thing. And I guess he heard me say I was going to report it to security up there. And next thing we saw, he was going down the side of the graveyard and then hopping the fence over. I guess he stays at the homeless place down there. Well, I got to tell you, brother, that's pretty low. But I also got to wonder at the mentality of somebody like that would do that. And there's a pile of dirt. This is somebody's family member that's buried here. Woo! Unbelievable. I mean, you wonder, you would think that graveyards are the last sacred sanctuary of the world. And yet there's people in there taking the food, taking the beer. Some beer was still there. But there's something very special about graveyards. They're a place for reflection. They're a place of incredible sadness. Just waste products, nothing reverent about them, but the thoughts are what's reverent. It may be kitten cat that there's a body, an inert body, decaying, void of life, but I can't make people take the memory of that dead one out of their mind when they stand in that graveyard. There's the live part of the situation. There's the reality, there's the spirit there. It's not in the body, it's in my mind. As I stand there looking at some of these graves. They're dead, I'm alive. I am the spirit for that person. I am the spirit for that person. I am what not the dead. It's the living the journey there. It's the living the journey to the mausoleums. They put flowers, the people that come out to the graves, that bring birthday cakes and bring beer and bottles of trucks and motorcycles. There's the live part of the cemetery. There's the spirit of the cemetery, the people that go there. How you doing, Vegas Vixen? So although I agree with you, Kitten Cat, and I hope when I die that there's no grave, no disposal of cremated remains except into a local garbage can. Okay, because I don't believe in fueling the funeral home industry and all of that shenanigans. When you're gone, you're gone. But the spirit that infuses, yeah, the boobies will still be good. The spirit that infuses those graveyards is tremendous. How would you feel if you came in and you're a family member of a young kid and you go visiting a grave and it becomes obvious to you that there's been a lot of digging and a lot of activity around that grave. Thank you very much, Vegas Fiction. Nice to see you, honey. Hope to see you later today. Maybe we'll get you over here and just hang out, take it easy. Hey, Sophia. I don't know a lot. Hey, how you doing, Run? Nice to see you. I don't know a lot about the spiritual world. I don't know anything about it. I don't think it's ours that we can know them. But we can control what happens here. Don't, though, you want your name somewhere for, not really, Glenda. Glenda, I mean. I don't want any trace of me except in people's memories. Leaving beer is a bad idea. I know. It is. Maybe a little plaque. Oh, he said he don't care if you stick a carrot up his ass and get a donkey to. Yeah, it just doesn't matter to me. Maybe I'm emotionally devoid. I don't care about looking at photographs of people that have passed on and family members. I keep it all up here. And it's just not that, looking at, it just doesn't register. Will you leave your YouTube channel up when you pass? No, I'm sure I'll get a strike on it. Remember, I'm the person that's had their YouTube channel terminated 5 times and brought back the same channel, okay? I'm used to that notification, all right? There'll be something I do. Kitten cat will long for me. That's it. This channel has been terminated for violation of YouTube's terms. And Kitten Cat's job will be done. Then Kitten Cat can slink off into the sunset with a deed well being. Winter, YouTube can't stand the whining and stuff. Yeah. We've seen a lot of whining lately. There's been a lot of pain on YouTube lately. There's been more pain dished out, more insults, more drama than at any time I can remember since perhaps 2015. I'll remember your lasagna you made. There you go. And it's kind of sad days around. Yeah, I did not meet the YouTube terms of service. Ever hear somebody named Rosie O'Kelly? No. Okay. I didn't either. I just thought I would ask. That's probably why I have a heart for people like Elvis, people like Birds. Everybody counts for something. Really shocked at things people have noticed said recently. I would agree, Vegas Fiction. It's been a very disheartening time for me. Luckily, I'm not mainstream I'm not in the line of direct fire. But it bothers me. People will watch where you go to, where you side chat, what you do. And, it's a very tough time right now. Tough time. And I'm not sure if things are going to get better. There's a lot of food for thought lately on the void. The void is, as I said the other day, I think the void's in danger of just imploding and just disappearing because it's so fractured right now. And that would kind of be a shame. Because the void is such a legendary part of YouTube here, the bottom of YouTube. It used to be a point of embarrassment, but now it's almost a point of pride. You'll hear people, Monique is like, yeah, I'm glad to be void. I understand that. I might not understand a lot of drama shit, but I know the void. Void's brass knuckles, and what you see is what you get. Get what the void is. I'll just stay in my cubicle. Figured out some people have to just disregard this pressure. I try not to engage in that Vegas Fiction because there's always a grain of truth in what people say on both sides. There's a lot of things to dislike in what I do. continuing friendship with Elvis all these years, my attempting to bury the hatchet with birds and move ahead, which we've done. Yeah, I'll get back to the grave robbers in a minute, but I'm just on this tangent. You know, I always want to try to make peace with people. Like this channel. Oh, thank you. That's sweet. So I kind of fear for Boyd in the future. It may not be what it was. You know, the blending of these two communities. Yeah, we had a grave robbing incident last night. I'm going to call it Tweekers. The Boyd is highly entertaining. But now in the Boyd, we're kind of reaching a point where it's getting really vicious now on here. And like right now, I have 127 people watching. And if you wouldn't mind giving a thumbs up, that would be great. But you have probably 80 of those people. They never say anything they lurk, a good measure of them are dislikers, but they always tune in because they always want to hear what you have to say. Okay? That's the disingenuous part of Boy, do as I say, but not as I do. Hipster, how you doing, honey? Okay, so if the Boy does disintegrate, maybe it's like everything else. Thank you, Sal. Everything has a beginning and an end. Yeah, I don't think there's a Boyd boss. No. The thing that makes the Boyd interesting is, hey Carl, I'm no Boyd boss, but I'll tell you what, the thing that makes Boyd interesting is that you have people with such strong personalities. And you know, that's anytime you hear that crane, that horn going off, they're lifting something on the crane and giving people on the ground warning. But there's such strong personalities on here. Strong person. You don't need to write scripts on here. You don't need to do it. Because we make good decisions or we make bad decisions, and out of those bad decisions, good decisions flows more storyline. Elvis coming up to the Rancho. Wow. Okay. Nobody needs to script that. Nobody needs to script that. Rosie going down the Pacific Coast, San Diego, Chuchin, maybe Streaming House. Nobody needs to script that. What makes a Boyd really interesting is people with very strong and dominant personalities that have very thick skins will stand there and take a beating on the daily or give a beating on the daily. I had a person write me on Wednesday morning. This person said it's so unusual to come into a YouTube community where people don't go away. Especially if they get their ass handed to them, they still are around. It's like in other communities, if somebody gets run off the rails or somebody is a real dick, man, they dry up and disappear. But on the Boyd, they continue to survive, live long enough that things recycle and put them on the top again. It's pretty amazing. In other words, very strong people. That's what makes the Boyd. Very strong people that make a lot of dumb decisions, myself included, and a lot of good decisions. And when strength meets strength, you don't have walk away. You have a recipe for great entertainment, and that's the bottom line. So as much as the people go in other chat rooms and leave comments, this is where all the trash is gathered, blah blah. Well, you're there too. Lurkers, you're standing right on top of the trash heap, right with us. You know why? Because you can't stop watching. That's why. Because compared to the usual dribble out there on YouTube, this is content that people actually want to watch. Okay? Whether you like it or not. That's the bottom line. I don't know many people who just punched their ticket and walked away on the void. But I do know there's such a core here now that it's my friend Tribe used to say, a tribe called cookies. If somebody leaves, the matrix is disturbed, and it's very true. We know when somebody's missing. And a lot of times, we applaud it or hate it when they come back into the orbit again. Let's see, Mark says, when I retire in RV full-time, there's no way I would start a YouTube channel. Look at everything you're missing. You know how many people have called this hotel? I mean, it's funny. Morning. You know how many people call this hotel? And I'm not going to go down the path, but I'm just saying. Think twice before you start a YouTube channel. Protect your privacy. To finish up with this grave situation, then I'm going to talk about my travel plans. I'm going to talk about Marshall and all that, because I got some concerns, and I'm going to put them out here publicly. What was most disconcerting last night, you mean Hotel California, that's right. What was most disturbing last night was when I walked out of that cemetery to the exit, the security guard, a young black gal I would judge to be about 30, 32 years old, got out of her car, and she said, you know, you got to be out of here at dusk. And I said, well, the website says 24/7, it's open, okay, just go. When I told her about the incident that I had seen down in the graveyard with the tweaker, with the shovel, actually starting to dig up a grave, the dirt, she could have cared less. Could have cared less. And that was the most disturbing thing to me. That was the most shocking thing to me. I gave her the name of the, I gave her the name of the grave, the person. I believe it was Alfonso or Eduardo Rodriguez. And yeah, I probably will make a report because it was a very well-run cemetery, but it has the awful distinction of being next to the big, enormous, homeless encampment. Now, let's not get it twisted. I'm not denigrating homeless people, but there is a certain core percentage that are lowlifes, like in any cross-section of society. And for somebody to physically hop a 6-foot fence, throw a shovel over top and start to dig, take it in and start to dig, you gotta wonder. You gotta wonder. Let's do the math. Let's put 2 and 2 together. Suppose I want to get to a grave. What do I have to do? Suppose I want to get to the body down there. I gotta dig through 6 feet of dirt. And do you think the coffin is right there? No. I got a concrete vault. It probably has a 2-ton piece of concrete on top of it. That's why they have big cranes that work at graveyards to put the bolts in and to put the lids on. So suppose this jerk-off managed to get down to the concrete. Then what? Are you going to take some explosives and blow the cover off? And then the additional, let's suppose for some miraculous reason, you've got that concrete vault open. You're still going to be dealing with a coffin that is sealed. Gathering spell components. I'm not sure. But I think for families that have people interned there, they're owed better than that. And the security guard was more concerned about giving us the royal boot than she was about what was happening down in the cemetery. Why? Because it's 98 degrees outside and she's sitting in cool air-conditioned comfort. Seen many, Kenko said, I've been on YouTube 12 years, seen many come and go. Many would never recover from the YouTube boys once they've been outed as a fraud or scammer. Just, yeah, fraud, outright fraud for sure. That'll track you forever. I agree, Kenko. But just being a lowlife and being a social misfit with ill manners is not enough to get you booted out of the bird. How you doing, booted out of the, it's not enough to get you booted out of the employee. How you doing, Bergs? Good morning to you. Hope you're having a good day up in Washington State there. Very disturbing, very disturbing. Yet on the other hand, if you look at the video, there was a great deal of beauty in that cemetery too. I called it the Cemetery of Lights. Most of the bodies in that section were Mexican or Portuguese, Latino origin, El Salvador, Guatemala. And those people culturally like to put a lot of lights and things on the graves, solar. And it really was a thing of beauty. Good morning, Chronic. Anybody that was on that stream last night could appreciate the pure beauty of being out there. Okay, take care, Mel. Have a good one. I'm not sure, Sean. We'll just call it a general tweaker situation. Wash your hands. There we go. I think I'm just a big thick. Why would anyone dig up? That's what I gotta wonder myself. You got no chance of getting down there with the shovel. You got no chance. Every state has its requirements for how you inter a body. And they don't just lower a casket into dirt and cover it up. Okay, I've not met Mr. Y. Okay. Good morning, Elvis. My mom just tried my coffee. She looked at me like I walked in the room on Christmas Day and peed in her socks. Oh my goodness. Let's open a commune on your back lot, but I want to be the manager. Oda May. Let's imagine this, guys. The Rancho RV park back there. Can you imagine that? And campground. Oda May. Can you imagine Oda May with a clipboard right out there on Dutton Avenue with her clipboard out there checking people in? That's cash in advance. No RVs. It's called Lucifer's Roast. Oh, okay. One day we'll all be worm fuel or fuel for the fire. That's what I'm saying, Kenko. Exactly what I'm saying. That was disturbing. I guess the most disturbing thing last night was the... good morning, Diane. Nice to see you, beautiful. Leonard Skinner fans dug up Ronnie fans. Oh, man, that's really crazy. Yeah, I'd go to the Rancho commune. You know what, hipster? I'm going to put you in charge of the entertainment. Imagine hipsters like the Julie McCoy of the Rancho. Good morning, what do we call it? Good morning, Rancho folks. Today's schedule of events. They'll be drinking and getting shit-faced at 2 p.m. today. They'll be wanting nudity at 10 p.m. Topless only, ladies, okay? Dig up birds on, I don't know. Yeah. I'm glad I made peace with the birds. That means a lot to me. I don't like to be at odds with anybody on boy. Yeah, you're going to be in charge of the air conditioner, right? Exactly. Oda May would be the perfect one to run the Boyd FEMA camp. That's what it is. Smoke that peace pipe. How you doing, Alan Gold? Try making peace with the try making pieces with the birds. I don't know. Truth be told, I've always enjoyed the birds as humor and stuff. I'm birding up to Burgertron. There you go. He's got some nice merch too. I was happy to buy a shirt and a cup. We'll take a look. Missy Jenn, I think she's going to buy a couple. I do like to support people that are trying to do something on YouTube. And Berg is trying to do something. Yeah, I mean, the potential for Bergs to be a great guy is always there. So come up. Come up. The president. Kings can be the Rancho weed man, and Coach can be the maintenance guy. I hope so, Jordan Blue. I'm very happy so far. We had a conversation, had a little shorter than I need to be. But my phone was running down. But I feel like I'm losing brain cells in the chat with a couple of Mr. President. Well, Nicole, you know Rosie by now. Come up, I know. Nothing but love and positivity. Now, let's talk about Marshall's situation a bit, because this ties into the immediate future. I will be leaving tomorrow. Here's the problem I got with D right now. We thought he just needed a rear clutch. He needs to have, somebody, you gotta go watch it, Melissa. Good morning, honey. Doing the Balkans Marshall. D needs a AJKG, D's Honda needs a front clutch too, and he's ordered that. But it might not be in today. It's either going to be in today or Monday. And honestly, I can't afford to hang around anymore down here for the time being. Oh, there we go. For the time being. So tomorrow I got to hit the road. I got to hit the road. If his part comes in today, our plan is to drive up to Reno, stop at Goldfield. If it doesn't come in today, he'll have to be down here. He continues working. He picks up jobs, which I'm happy about. Cheers, Mojo. How you doing? Good to see you. Wow. Another good-looking guy. Mojo Bo. Put the bill for all that work. Now, that's what I'm going to talk about. That's what I want to get into. So, if the part doesn't come in today, I'm going to take off for the Rancho. I've got lots of... Okay, I will, Mojo. Thank you. Let me make sure... Hold on a minute. Let me go to your channel for a minute. I like Mojo. Let me go to your channel. Making sure I'm subbed. Yeah, I'll check it out. Oh, it's on. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing my streams on the Rosie Murphy channel because it's monetized and people have been able to use the super chat feature, which has been working great. Okay, the text-to-speech has been flawless. The messages that people have been posting on the streams, good morning, have been working great. That's why I hardly ever smoke. They never stay lit. So I'll be taking off for the Rancho tomorrow. I wish it was cooler weather. I could be in the sleep in the van as I did up in the Northwest stream last night. Well, this is what I want to talk about now. The immediate concern, Marshall, is, in my mind, the dynamics with the teeth and the heat down in Algodondes and in Yuma. And I was saying earlier, you've been living the life, brother. Up there at 6,200 feet, you've been living the life. Now you got your money in hand, and to waste time would be not advisable to me. You're going to have to face the heat. You're going to have to put it in gear. You're going to have to head down the mountain, and you're going to have to go down to Yuma, drive to the parking, go over. You're going to have to get your teeth done. And brother, you're going to have to reach down in your soul, your spirit, and find out what the hell you're made of. You know why? Because this is real life. That's why. You're going to be facing 115 degree heat with no air conditioning, with teeth that need to be fixed. This is the time where you'll find out what you're really made of. Are you the king? I know you're not in a hotel room. Are you a king? Are you going to be able to endure that heat? This might be your final opportunity to get these teeth done. Because my fear is you'll look at your bank accounts and stuff, and you might say, well, I might have to pass on it because I got to survive. And that would be a shame. My best advice is, if it's only a close call, get the teeth pulled. At least have something done so you won't have that infection. You won't have all that raging on inside of your body. Okay? Now, okay, it's your life. I never tell people what to do. But I sincerely hope that you're able to go down there and deal with that heat. It's going to be a miserable 4 days or whatever, but it will have an end to it. It will have an end. And you got to focus all your concentration on that end point of having that work done. And then you put it in gear for San Diego. An infection can turn to the brain. It can cause Alzheimer's disease. It can cause all kinds of blood issues, blood infections. So please put it in gear, Marshall. Go down there, take a shot with that young endodontist we talked about, and get those teeth tended to. Now, as far as the Rancho is concerned, as I've said before, and I want to make it very clear, I'm willing to put my labor into a rebuild. I'm happy to have Marshall and the Rancho, no problem at all. Missy Jenn, like no issue at all. Missy Jenn's known Marshall about as long as I have. They get along very great. They get along very well. But the issue is, let's put 2 and 2 together. There's money that's going to go out towards dental. And then the thing that you have to think about in your mind is the funding for doing a van rebuild. And if you remember back in February when I did a hangout, and I prepared a whole order of work to be done with the price on it. 2 pages of a whole work order. Step by step, everything that had to be done. With the price tag on it. We're talking about something on the order of $1,500 to $2,500 for this job. Sinking, stoving, cabinets, seats, reupholstery, bed in the back. Okay, rewiring, suspension, cleaning, screens being made for it. That's what you have to focus your energy on. Quite honestly, my money has to go towards my travels, towards streaming houses that are coming up. We're going to have many streaming houses. They're not going to be in expensive areas, but there'll be streaming houses here and there. But it costs money. And I need to be able to travel. This is not, hey, this is just real life. This is real life. So I think you need to develop a plan in your mind of how that can be achieved. Well, I don't think there's anything right now, Kit and Kat, because I guess in life, teeth take priority. Teeth take priority. I'm not saying you can't come to the Rancho, but I'm saying there's got to be a reasonable expectation of money to do that. Yeah, stream in the hood. How you doing, Dee? Good morning. Thank you once again for your kindness you did for Vinny and Vinny's family. I don't know, Vicky. Teeth are dangerous. Teeth are very dangerous. Tooth decay is dangerous. So I think no matter what, I mean, a party with elbow. Oh yeah, let's see. Like curb stomp. I mean, I can give you a hand. Yeah. If you wait, if I wait until September 1st, well, that's fine, Marshall. It makes sense. That's not long. That's not long away, but we got to put 2 and 2 together. Today is the 24th, so 8 days. You know, you'll probably dissipate another $160 worth of money. That's probably worth it. Okay. The thing is, I don't know what to tell you about how to deal with the heat down there. You're going to have to get a fan or something like that. Insurance, then use it a week later. I don't know. I'm not an expert. There's Nicole. She's going to fly over and beat my head in. Hey, how you doing, Harvey? No, it's not my place. I don't mind pitching in my talents, a little bit of hardware here and there. That's fine. I'm happy to do that. But what we need to think about is the money for doing that build out, because we can't just sit there in the Rancho and pull up camp chairs and just stare at each other. We can't do that. How you doing, Joey D? That's the issue I have. You know, there's got to be some plan now. So when we're done our San Diego adventure, and you'll be happy, your teeth will be done, and that'll be good. And I'm perfectly happy to hang around Imperial Beach, El Cajon, San Diego, Julian, LA, Malibu. Can you imagine us on the beach in Malibu? You got people with these $20 million homes on Malibu, and they have to allow access to the beach for people by law. And then we're just set up out there, baby. You talk about must-see videos, you know, live stream. Yeah, so that's what my thinking is now. How to get the money. Okay, take care, Matt and Eric. Take care, sweetie. It is easy to camp down there. It's not an issue to boondock down there. It is an issue to boondock in, yeah, the south, have a stream house. It's a huge target. Will be painted on it. I know that, Jordan. I know, honey. I know that. How you doing, Tweety Bird? That's what I say. So you have to make that decision. But I do think the teeth for your health are critical. My suggestion would be you can't look too far ahead to the next hurdle. You got to man up, hit that border, get those teeth done, and then pray to God, say your prayers, and hope that somehow or another you're able to get the funding for that. Yeah. U.S. That's the issue there. So as far as Dee is concerned, I think Dee's plan is to head up to Yosemite and then possibly to Yellowstone Park. And, hey, golly. And then he will probably be coming to the Rancho too. By that time, maybe you'll have a van. So maybe we'll be doing multiple van builds out. I don't know. It'd be kind of fun. There's some kind of economy of scale of doing everything at one time on two vans. So that means you can't have a situation where personalities are clashing and all that. So yeah, Long Beach is in San Diego. That's correct. It does not have the interest that I down there, as opposed to being down in San Diego. But where are you going to put a camper van in San Diego? I've looked at rentals down there, and they're extremely expensive, way outside of the range of affordability. I'm not sure what happened on his morning, D. I'm not sure what happened on his chat last night. Like I said, D and I were doing our own thing. Here's D. Good morning, D.
My chat.
Everybody's saying morning to you over there.
Good morning.
Yeah, you need to attend a beach stream house. So there we go. I'm not worried about D. I've had a lot of people message me and write me, what if you have an explosive situation on the Rancho? I can't foresee that
Bobby
happening.
will kick my ass.
I cannot foresee that happening, to be honest with you guys. I just think if people were keeping their mind to what needs to be done, I think everybody should get along. D should
I just won't bring my knives.
sell the bike and get a minivan. Well, he's in the market for one. He's looking for one right now. He
I'm
has.
selling the bike.
Yeah, I think he's going to keep the bike because it's a good point-to-point travel vehicle. He likes, tell him what we do have a difference about urban versus rural.
Yeah.
Camp.
Yeah, I don't like to do the urban style. I'd rather be out there in the state parks, the campgrounds, things like that. That's my thing. I won't be in the urban areas. I'd rather stay in the hotel.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like my thing. If I have the van, but we have dealt with incredible heat this summer. It has been relentless. No matter where I go, I've just dealt with. This will be forever known to me as the summer heat here, 2019. Unrelenting, dangerous heat.
I couldn't even sleep till 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Let's see. Mojo says I can't wait till it cools off to camp. Do a bunch of prepping. That's cool, Mojo. I look forward to that. Yeah, if you're in a cool area, it's fine. Like I could boondock up in my van where Marshall is in Prescott with no problem at all. No problem at all up there. Hey, Uber. I'd be very comfortable when the temperature goes down to 59, 60 degrees. But it's going to be hard. Yeah, I believe it. I've saved over $5,000 on hotels. That's why I can afford to stay in this glorified hostel here for 6 nights. And that's all it is a glorified hostel down here. There was a tweaker back here today.
Oh, really?
Pulling pipes and stuff off of the rack.
Oh, wow.
The mosquito will pick you up and fly you away. The money you spend on hotels, you could have bought a Gen rack and an AC. I stay as cheap as I possibly can. I don't mind being, hey, Mr. Dirty, how are you? Got your message. Thank you very much. I appreciate your kind thoughts and everything. And we can play the what if game all day long. You know, if we didn't buy this, we couldn't do that. There's no chance I can sleep in the van down here. And I'm not going to put a rack on the back of a small ProMaster City van. Okay, running AC unit. Okay.
That my scooter weighs 400 pounds. So.
Yeah. Got a 400. Yeah, that scooter is very heavy. Okay. So that's the deal on that. So we're cutting down to crunch time now. There's a lot of people making a lot of decisions now about what's going to be coming up in the fall. A lot of decisions. So make sure you make the right ones, Mark. For me, for whatever my opinion is, your teeth should be top priority. Because you might not have pain now, but you know that pain will come back in that one in the back down there. That one that you went crazy with the floss and all that kind of stuff. It's not going to get better. What's your next trip plan? The next trip's going to be down to San Diego. I've got some stuff I'm doing on Labor Day, and then on the 3rd of September, I'm putting it in gear for Southern California. And I'm going to be meeting up with Marshall down there in an undisclosed location, and then trying to plan out what's going to be next. D is going up to Yosemite, and he gets his scooter fixed.
Yep.
And then he'll be making his way probably when he finishes doing the people. He's got people he wants to see, and when he's finished his travels, he'll make his way into California again, probably down the coast, and we'll meet up once again. We'll have a rendezvous down there. Desert Donnie is also down there. He might come over the hill to San Diego. And we'll probably have at least 4 people on a meetup. Trying to arrange some type of streaming house, but it's prohibitively expensive down there. It's not doable. Yeah, Quinny said, "D, be careful and good luck traveling."
Oh, thank you, Queen.
So you want to give people a recap of last night, and I guess you'll be doing a wrap-up video on that today or something.
No, about what?
Last night.
Need my inhaler.
I only spoke about it a couple minutes this morning.
Oh, last night how I did the dedicated stream for Vinny G, and all the tips and donations all went to is going to his family. With including my money, it was $80 with all the tips and everything. It was $85. But then Awesome Hooker this morning said she's going to pitch in another $15, making it even $100. So we raised $100 for Vinny G and his family.
I'm proud of you for doing that. I don't know if Vinny will ever take it, but the thought was there, and the execution, and something positive out of that. And I'm certainly going to chip in something towards that too.
All right.
For Vinny. So I will PayPal that money to D to put on top of that for Vinny. Rosie, can you rent my Malibu? Yeah, I wish I could, Bergs. Why don't you rent me a place for a week? Yeah, so I think Vinny will be happy with that, doing that. That's right. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's tired. Yeah, we walked. Let me tell you, it cumulatively catches up with you. I don't even think I'm going to go to a topless pool today. I think I'm just going to hang out here.
I am tired.
And we're just going to chill out. I think Vegas Fixin' may pop down here with Randy later on today.
I had a bunch of people banging up on the room above me.
I had that
until
for
7
4
o'clock.
days.
7 o'clock this morning before I could finally go to sleep.
I had that for 4 fucking nights.
Damn.
Somebody was like doing the Mexican hat dance in the room above me all night long. Yeah, it's tiring, Marshall. Take the heat, couple it with the tremendous amount of walking that we do. Somebody, man in wig alert. Where? You see a man in wig? Better call the office, tell a man in wig alert. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, man.
So I hope maybe D will get the call today that the part is in. Take the guy all of 10 minutes to put that on. And then we're free and clear for tomorrow. I cannot afford, yeah, there we go, Monday. I can't afford to stay around here much longer right now, so.
How often do I have to change the oil in the bike? Every 3,000 miles.
3,000 miles. Have a good day, Missy Jenn. Thanks for being in here this morning.
But it takes like less than a quart of oil. So.
Let's see. Mr. Dirty needs to get accused of being in front of a cam. He needs to be accustomed. Yeah, Mr. Dirty's a good-looking guy, isn't he? I remember hearing my name, Rosie. I turn around and it's like, oh no, here we go. And another very classy gentleman was there.
Oh.
Nice guy.
It's a mess.
It took me off guard. Well, you can see Mr. Dirty's a nice guy. And much to Mr. Dirty's credit, praying for Lisa. Yeah, he's got to bring the money for the band rebuild. Let's just bottom line it. You can get there and then secure a way to get the money, but I can't put my own money into it. So I got big travel plans, so I'm suggesting that you connect with the God ashore and see if you can connect and make something happen on that front. When you're talking about paying for streaming houses and things like that,
yeah, man.
You're kicking some major expenses. Well, it's already past the 21st. Today's the 24th, 23rd, so you should have already been paid for the month. Jesus, man. I thought you only need about 400. Go back and look at my video from February when I did it was called If the Lisa Marie Was Mine. Here's what I would do. I had a whole 2-page work order.
He's talking about the build money on this.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
I gave a highly detailed order of work that had to be done, from gutting the van to finish detail. And I think it was something on the order of $1,500 to $2,000, something like that. Can you do it cheaper? Yeah. But getting seats reupholstered, the flex steel seats, all that stuff needs to be done. All that stuff needs to be done. And I gave a work order and I gave an exact price of how much that would cost to do that. When I get home, I'm going to find that paper and I'm going to do another hangout and I'm going to go over that again. Okay. The economy way is just get the bed in the back, get the electrical, the water system cleaned up, The middle of the road is all the other work, reupholstering seats. Has to be done. These front seats have taken a lot of wear and tear. The new kitchen countertop, new cabinet. The high end is raising the whole floor 6 inches on the inside so that you can put a built-in shower in the coach with an aisle shower with a pan in the bottom. The whole floor has to be raised 6 inches in the coach area. It's all talked about on the work order. It's a big job. It's a big job. It takes a lot of engineering to do that. It's not going to be done in less than 6 weeks, I guarantee that, especially over holiday time. Especially over holiday time. Text her and just tell her to meet us down here today. I don't got the energy to drive anywhere today. Come on now. You want the van? Well, a van with a bed, that's fine. That's fine. But when you're talking about a rebuild, in my mind, good morning, Bobby. How you doing? Bobby said good morning.
Good morning, Bobby. How you doing?
If you just needed a bed in the back, anybody can do that. But you're coming in with a leaking water tank. You're coming in with a significant rot. The water pump that's probably on its last legs. A leaking propane setup. All that stuff has to be redone for even just for safety's sake. Okay. Have a great day, Mr. Dirty. Thank you.
See you later, Mr. Dirty.
It was an honor to meet you, and thank you for taking the time. I will reply. He said $500. I don't even see decent flooring is going to be $200. Okay. Don't talk to me about this friggin' Luann. You need a good plywood substrate, marine plywood substrate over here. Period. Okay. Then you need to put down some decent flooring. Tess, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. There's just there's no getting around it. Same thing for him. If he was to do a van build out, he'd probably put more than a bed in.
Oh yeah.
But he has the carpentry skills to do that. And make
build
that
a
happen.
vanity for the sink. And
Yeah.
have like a little itty bitty sink in there. Bathroom.
Yeah. Bobby has always held that opinion that but it's not my place to come up with the money. Better leaking on. Okay, take care, Shay Shay. Thank
Bye,
you.
Shay Shay.
Yeah, the laundry cart's running around here. There's enough room in the site for. It's not an aisle shower in the sense of it's built in from the wall to the aisle there. But that's fancy, man. That costs money. Okay? You got plumbing, you got venting, you got black tank issues, you got gray tank issues. Unfortunately, the black tank has been pulled, so
Need new black tank.
there's all kinds of issues here. So it's not as simple as that. Everything needs to be properly vented so water flows. So it's not so simple. Tell the king of the free world to make sure you unblock people, please, Marshall. Okay. Things sound cheap on paper till you actually get in there and then you find out what problems.
Oh yeah.
Plumbing, the wiring, mold issues.
All kinds of stuff. And we're, sometimes you get Rancho rotted boards.
Marshalls. I got banned from Elvis. Well, we'll see.
There is an outdoor shower you can build with those types of vans with the back doors that open. There's a way to do that.
Yep. Absolutely. So we'll just have to see. How you doing, Bully? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm going to address all the. Okay. Well, you do that. But also think about the finances, Marshall. It's important that be addressed. Like I said, we can't pull up folding camp chairs and just stare at each other on the rancho waiting for money to drop out of the sky. It's important. Some money. Yeah, I don't have the money to put into it. Okay? I'm very happy to do the work, but as far as the finances go, it's a different story. And you're going to have to think about that. But I think your teeth should be top priority. That's my opinion. You didn't ask me for it, but that's my opinion. You know, payday, okay. Well, that's fine, as long as you get it worked out. There probably are some people that would support that, but I cannot speak for them. So. There's also plenty of opportunities to pick up work.
Right.
Especially in a city that's been burnt to the ground, coming up on 2 years. Tremendous labor shortages. They need workers out there. Day laborers, all that. Free dental work in the Ozarks. There we go. Okay. Anything else to add? I want to just put it as an end cap here. It's a hell of an experience in that graveyard last night. The graveyard, a cemetery of lights, I call it. Hell of a place over there. Worth the trip down there last night. Good time on Fremont Street. Mm-hmm. Hey, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
And I want to thank Dee once again for what he did for Vinny's family, doing a little fundy last night, a little fundraiser. Going to be well over $100 now when everything's in, which is significant for our community. Thank you for doing that. So,
yeah, well, I appreciate everybody who participated. Yeah. Even the ones who left comments and everything else. I mean, it's awesome.
Berg's good to see you in here. I wish you well. Give a little support. I think Berg's is on the road here to great changes in his life. He's got some nice merch there. Give him a hand there. Buy a coffee mug. He's got a cool shirt, Bergatron, some other stuff. Let's encourage people that are moving in the right direction. Streets of Las Vegas. There we go, Cassie. Love you, honey. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and close it out. Dee, any final words on this?
I just appreciate everybody who participated yesterday, whether it was comments and tips and everything. It was really an awesome thing to see a bunch of people come together for community.
It was. So thank you all. Also for those who were very generous on the stream last night. It's appreciated. And for my mods that are on here, if you choose to participate and tip out your mod day and you have not contacted me with the desire to do so, icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com with just 2 words, I'm in. And when I get back to the Rancho and everything's all clear, I can distribute the August tips to my moderators. Without great mods, you're nowhere on YouTube. When you do live streams, you're at the mercy of your moderators. You are at the mercy of your moderators. I got people when I'm streaming at 2 a.m. in the morning are still there at 5 a.m. on the East Coast moderating the chat.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're people that deserve thanks beyond just a thank you in my mind. Love you guys. Thanks for being on the stream today. If you need to contact me for any reason, I don't want anybody time to, I don't, Kid Kat, you're okay. If you need to comment or contact me, Gmail, icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. Any concerns, suggestions, negative or positive that you have, feel free to write me there, okay? Thank you for being on the stream, everybody, and thank you for last night, and have a good one. Woo! Woo!